Deep Jump Navigation in Roam42, or Deep Nav for short. Deep Nav allows you to traverse your Roam graph or Roam database using only the keyboard. You could throw away your mouse, however, I would not recommend that since not everything uses Roam42. So, to enable Deep Jump Nav, you want to click on the hamburger menu on the top right corner and click on Deep Jump Nav under Toggle Features On and Off. This will enable a pop-up. Click on Enabled and Deep Jump Nav is turned on. In order to trigger the menu for Deep Nav, you want to press Alt and G on a Windows or Option and G on a Mac. So let's do that. This will enable a set of codes or numbers for each of the bullets, followed by a little arrow, which is indicative of either the enter or the return key, depending on the keyboard you're using. Also enable a set of 2-letter codes for any of the page references. So let us try this. Suppose I want to edit the bullet nested under Enable Deep Nav. I will just press 3 and enter, and now I can make any of the edits I wanted. Again, Option G or Alt G, and say now I want to enter the page Enable Deep Nav. I will just press E and D on the keyboard, and now I am on that page. This feature also works on the sidebars. So first let us open the sidebars. As you can see, against each of the pages which have been favorited on the sidebar, there is a small code which will allow me to enter that page. Say I want to go back to the page Deep Jump Navigation in Roam42. I'm going to press D and J, and now I am back on that page. Similarly, on the right sidebar, if say I wanted to edit the last bullet on the sidebar, I could just press S and B, and now I can edit this bullet. Once again, Alt G, and say I want to go to S0 and type edit. Now, you can also use Deep Nav with Jump Nav. It's an additional feature in Roam42 which you can check out on the tutorials for either in the tutorial tab in the menu, or you can go to Roam Hacker's YouTube page. So suppose I wanted to open the block of nested bullets under Jump Nav. Let's trigger the Deep Nav menu first. Alt G. We can go to block 11, 1, 1 on the keyboard, and then do Meta JX to expand the block. I could make an edit, and then I could do Meta JL to collapse the block once I'm done. Similarly, with block embeds, let's do Option G. I want to go to block number 13, so I will press 1 and 3 on the keyboard. Then I will do Meta J and X, Meta JX to expand the bullets, and then Alt G to trigger deep navigation. Now I want to go to the last bullet in this block embed, so I press 1 and 7. I can now make edits on this block, and now I can go back to the main block. So Alt G, I could press 1 and 3 again, Meta J L, collapse the bullets. Deep navigation also works with privacy mode. So if I were to trigger it again with Alt G, I would find that the menu is triggered. However, one caveat is that the code of the bullet is hidden or redacted with privacy mode, as you can see over here. However, since the codes follow a sequence, in principle, you know that this number will be 15. So I could just press 1 and 5 on the keyboard and make whatever edit I wanted, and then press escape and go back into privacy mode. One small side note is that currently deep navigation doesn't work with the daily pop-up. So if I were to do Alt Shift Gamma and enable the daily pop-up and then press Alt G to trigger the deep nav menu, Currently, the menu only opens up in the main pane and not in the daily note pop-up. So this is something to keep in mind. It's potentially something that Roam Hacker is thinking about, and we may have in the future. Finally, if you wanted to escape deep navigation without entering edit mode in any of the blocks, you could either press the escape key or Alt G, or you could press the enter or return key as per your keyboard and escape deep navigation. To completely turn off the feature, you want to go back to the hamburger menu, click on Deep Nav, click on Disable, and now if I were to press Alt G, nothing should happen since the option or the feature is disabled. That's all. I hope you enjoy using it.